auditions, how to get work as an actor in 2023. Number one, make sure you've got an agent, obviously, for the higher end jobs. If you can't get an agent currently, make sure you join a training organisation like MZA that has a successful agency attached. Number two, make sure that you self-submit. In 2023, you have to self-submit on your own work, even if you've got an agent, all right? If you email matt@mzacting.com, I will send you a PDF with 21 different locations where you can self-submit worldwide and keep yourself kind of getting these auditions. And number three, make sure that you apply for certain jobs that will keep emerging actors busy. You know the type, things like kind of seasonal work, Scareground, Christmas, all of that. Make sure you do things like medical role play, voiceover, and all of those types of jobs, and keep yourself working as an actor constantly. Make sure you are seen as being very, very hardworking and astute in terms of your entrepreneurialism, the way that you go into this industry. Make sure you're very, very positive all the time, because that rubs off and it makes people want to be around you. Then, email casting directors. You need to make sure you have good relationships with casting directors. Invite them to events, screenings, and things like that. Number two, make sure that you genuinely, when you do a project with a director, producer, don't just leave, get in touch with them and say, how can I help you promote this thing? How can I help you sell these theatre tickets? How can I help you promote and get as many eyes on this project, TV project, film project, short film project, so that you effectively partner with those kind of directors and producers, and you therefore take them into your network. And finally, become a personal brand. What better network than having as many eyes on you? Well, I say aim to get rid of that job. Become a full-time actor in 2023. Three types of jobs. There's the big acting jobs that everybody just sits around and waits for. Well, that's not going to pay the bills. As well as that, the self-submission jobs, maybe a bit lower paid, but you can constantly get those and audition for them. And then you've got what I call the engine room, where you can literally go and do medical role play. You can do kind of content creation for big companies. You can do voiceover, all these jobs that you can just fill up your calendar with full time and have a full-time acting career. So why have the day job in the first place? If for some reason you don't feel comfortable doing that, but I think you should, then go to artsjobs.org.uk and transfer your profession to an arts type role. So if it's an office job, work in an office within a theatre, or if it's a telesales job, do something within the arts, all right? But that way, just become a full-time jobbing actor or work in the arts. Okay, actors, top tips to deal with rejection. We find rejection hard because, look, when we're in our primitive kind of environment, if we got rejected by the tribe, we would die. That's why we find it so difficult to deal with. No, tip number one, whenever you do an audition, it never happened. Forget about it, okay? And number two, work out in your mind how many auditions or self-tapes you would expect to have to do before you got your dream role. And say if you said to yourself that was about 50 or 60, then just start to, every single time you do a self-tape audition, just tick it off the list towards that number. Chances are it will come quicker, but every single audition then just becomes literally a step towards that bigger goal, and then you don't take it so personally. And just remember, in the end, it's not actually rejection. You are just proposing your version of a character based on your personality traits, and they're just deciding whether it fits with the project or not. Don't take it personally. So many actors struggle with marketing and self-promotion. And I think it's because, look, you go into it as a hobby, something you really enjoy doing, and then you have to go into what is effectively a business, all right? And you are not particularly minded that way. You never really set out to be an entrepreneur. And there you are, right bang in the middle of it. Well, I'm afraid that, look, if you are going to be a successful actor, you do have to become an entrepreneur. You do have to have a personal brand. You do have to market yourself effectively into the needs, wants, requirements of your potential clients, i.e. casting directors, producers. This needs some serious thought. It's something that you need to read up on. It's something that you need to really focus on. And it's something that you need to train yourself up on as much as you train yourself up on your acting. So another concern for actors is balancing your work and personal life. You've got lots and lots of long hours in there, being on films, being away from family. You've got lots and lots of unsociable hours. So how do you get that balance? Well, I'm going to say one thing. Look, if you are genuinely doing something that you love, you will never work a day in your life. So therefore, it's a really easy balance to maintain. But one thing I would say is, look, you are doing something that you love. That is your balance. That is what you enjoy doing. That's your social time. That's the time that's your leisure time. It's everything wrapped up in one. So if you think of it as unsociable hours, if you think about it as being work, maybe it's not the career for you. So a massive thing that actors worry about constantly is financial instability. So, you get paid a big lump sum and it's like payday, and that's got to last you, and you don't know when your next job is. Look, I say restructure and think of yourself as a business. So you've got level 1 jobs. Those are great. You get those, money comes in, you feel rich. Then you've got medium-sized jobs. Make sure that you genuinely fill in your calendar after the level 1 jobs. And then you've got your engine room. Short-term jobs where you can genuinely pack up your month with promo work, things like scareground acting, character work, things like content creation. Make sure that you are doing these jobs to get that financial stability and keep yourself from that stress. You don't need it. Skill development and training. This is something that actors really can stress about. You need to keep training. You need to keep honing your craft, as people like to call it. Look, make sure that you get with a reputable acting coach, okay? Make sure that you get the correct fit. Look, even I understand, and I'm an award-winning acting coach, but I understand just some people won't fit with me. You have to really feel a connection with the person you're training with, but make sure it's the correct coach for you, the correct style of coach, teaching the correct style of acting for you. Don't pick a progressive acting coach like me if you are into classical acting, or if that you want to develop your classical acting, all right? And pick the right coach, but genuinely make sure that you check them out and that they genuinely get